Welcome back to All In Driving. At the gym, you've got leg day. In the garage, we've got brake day. This is the last thing we need to do to get the car ready for autocross. And the main reason I'm tackling this again, even though I just did pads and rotors not too long ago, if you want, you can check out that video. Unfortunately, that did not stop this sound. So today we're gonna swap out the calipers, see if that makes a difference. It's time to stop taking a break and get into the brakes. Let's go all in. So to get the main part of the caliper off, there's going to be two bolts, one here and one that you can't see right down here that matches. Let's get those off real quickly. All right, and that's the main part of our caliper already off. And here's our new assembly. It does look like it's got a little bit of rust on it, but it's a remanufactured part. So I'm not too worried about it on these exterior pieces. As long as the actual working parts of the caliper look good and clean, I'm happy. Now, if you're just replacing pads, that's all you need to take off. And then the pads themselves will just come right out from either side, like that. As you can see, these are still fairly brand new and thick. I'm excited I get to put those back on. And then for this second part of the caliper, we got two more big bolts here and here. There we go. That's the rest of it. Just that easy. Now, if you want to take the rotor off at this point, basically you can just pop it right out, usually with a mallet. In a perfect world, I'd be able to put my pads on straight like this, but it looks like I'm going to have to separate the caliper so that I can get them in and then get everything back on. If you know of a better way, please let me know in the comments, but we're going to get after it. All right, so I've got the pieces apart, and actually they just came apart just pulling these bolts through here. So nice and easy. We'll put our brackets in here. Okay. And then I want to make sure I'm just putting the right pad in the right spot. I have this one on the outside before, this one on the inside. All right. Slide that right into the back. And find the holes for our big bolts again. Because they don't need to go anywhere. So now, because we kind of took this off funky, we can actually get this one back in like that. And then we should be able to swing it up, tighten it, and get that top bolt back in there. I need to make sure that this rubber gets over this lip. So I'm going to take care of that real quick, and then we'll work on the brake line. Now, because we are messing with fluid, this is going to be the area where we're likely to get some drips, some mess. So what I want to do is pre-sort out this caliper. We've got a little bit of a lighting change here, but it's mostly because I just want to show you exactly what's going on. You can see the brake line itself. The caliper sits like this. The brake line is going to have to go through here, which is the top side here, and then down and through. So I'm going to break that loose, get that off, and hopefully not make too much of a mess. All right. Oh, we are broken. Me and the car. And now it's gushing. But the gush is mostly coming out of the caliper. Get our new bolt in. Get our additional washer on. Okay, that's on tight, and we're essentially done. So that's it for this side. We're going to tackle the other side. then bleed the brakes. I'm gonna wait to flush my brake fluid all the way through to see if that sound is gone. Otherwise, there's no point in using a bunch of good brake fluid when we might have to change the lines. We might have to do something else. Let's hit that other side. So we're back on the passenger side because this is further away from my brake master cylinder, and I've got a one-man little setup. I've never used this before, so hopefully it works and it's all on secure and I don't get any brake fluid on the floor. So the problem with doing this by myself is I can't tell if there's air coming out. So I guess I'll just pump a few more times. It looks like there's a couple little bubbles in there, but overall, looking pretty good. Well, that was a lot of air. Let's see what comes out on the other side. So the tire's back on, go for a ride, see if we fixed it. All right, moment of truth. It is dark, but we're gonna take a little lap around and see if we've still got a problem. It is still there. And it's not happening now. So maybe we're fixed and it was just a little air at the top. But I also think that's some wishful thinking. So the brakes don't feel any worse, and they may be better, but it may just need to be fluid flushed through. That old fluid was pretty gnarly. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.